What's up, gang? Hope you're well. Super excited for this one. This has been my most recommended video to watch. It's Uncle Skoob versus Eugene German or German. I had a college roommate. His last name was spelled the same, but it was German. But we always said German, so it didn't matter. Looking forward to this one. I've heard a lot of good things, so let's just, I guess, dive into it. Is this already doing like a preview, I guess? Because there's no score. All right, hold on. I don't want to see all the preview stuff first.
Yes, sir.
Is this a sponsored video? Okay, Skoob, our boy Skoob.
Shit happened with Nas and Eugene, so I'm about to play, man. You know what I'm saying?
Nas and Eugene.
My first game at home, bro.
Oh, that's right. You guys were telling me that it was supposed to be Nas and Eugene playing, but Nas duck team or something? I'm getting caught up on all the one-on-one drama, so this is fun.
I couldn't play this game without the ball of life drink.
Ball is life energy drink? I'm so far behind.
Let's get it, bro.
Go support our boy Skoob and his ball is life energy drink.
He ready to hoop, my man.
Okay, Eugene. Okay, Rob doing the same as per usual, forcing left in the shot pocket, but no physicality because Eugene just went straight away to his float dribble. Oh, that's what we saw in the intro. We've seen this quite a bit. Moon has that nice little hezzy, sorry. Oh, yeah, got him to bite. One dribble. Like I said, it's hard to get anything from the first couple possessions just because usually it's like they're feeling each other out. All right, still forcing left, it looks like. Backed up a little bit. Same move. Doesn't win the bump. All right. I mean, we can already see a difference, right, in the way that they're playing defense. You guys said Eugene was good. I'm gonna take your word for it, but I mean, he's already. We've seen a lot of hand checking in one-on-one, but we actually haven't seen a lot of playing with the hips. That's something that's very FIBA oriented, like overseas. They teach a lot of playing with the hips, playing with the chest, and he's doing that here. He's in his space, making him uncomfortable, crowding his space, not letting him get his top foot over his foot, forcing left, but not giving left, and then playing with the hips, takes the bump, but then he's right back in the space. See that? Like a lot of people just take the bump and then either lunge or take the bump and just stay off, but he takes the bump, he just gets straight back in his space. Yeah, that's really all you can do is rip through here, but Eugene looks stronger, so this is going to be tough for... Honestly, this is less of a foul than what you see with a lot of hand checking. This is something I see a lot. Like the difference between overseas basketball and American basketball, we typically play like freedom of movement. Like you need to let me go where I want to go. In FIBA, defense is a lot more rewarded for taking away space and not letting you go where you want to go. So a lot more team concepts and angles and fundamentals become really important. Overseas, this might not get called. Maybe not. But over here, probably. But to me, this is less of a foul than a hand check because like his body is in the way. Like Skoob doesn't have to dribble this way into the contact, or he can dribble into the contact and get a better angle. But I understand why they called it. It's just... It's going to be tough for Skoob. But he's a tough shot maker, as we've seen. Yeah. That's a good shot. So he's playing against a better defender now. And this is how you have to play against good defenders. You can't play around. Like he just goes. Just goes straight line drive left. and then gets a decent shot. He's a little bit off balance. I don't know if he's comfortable with these types of shots, but honestly, if you watched high level one-on-one, this is kind of what it would look like. Honestly, against a good defender, that's one of the better shots you're going to get. Look what's happened already. Look at all that space now. I know he's quite far back, but I mean, Skoob's kind of, he's usually the one like up on the hip pressuring. He's kind of backed up already. Man, he's got him on his heels. Yeah, this is scary. Playing against somebody who's like really physical, so you have to be physical, and they can drive really hard, so you got to play defense and be ready to anticipate, and then they can also shoot. It's a nightmare. It just turns everything into like a 50-50 to where you're always guessing. Good offensive players put you in situations where you have to guess or anticipate. This is underrated too. This happens a lot in 5-on-5. Old school, and I still see a lot of coaches teaching V cutting. Honestly, like if you're a scorer, or if you're someone who, like if you want to get the ball, this is the best way to get open. Learn how to play physical, put your arm in their chest and hold your other arm out. Like Skoob can't get to this ball unless he fouls. I think this is super underrated, and again, something that's taught overseas, but here we do a lot of like cutting and faking and trying to use our athleticism. You're starting to see at the end of March Madness, at the end of a lot of playoff games, how many turnovers there are on the inbounds, just because we've got guys that are like trying to do too much to get open. Like just go create some space, go own your spot, win your spot like we talk about, and just be simple. Like keep it simple. One-on-one, you should always be able to get open. It should be just play the angles. Good. I like this. You got to make it tough on guys like this. Wow. We're going to talk about a couple things here. So before this battle happens, this is why I think you need a time limit, because this is pretty good defense in 5-on-5 anywhere. This would be really good defense. Crowd his space, make him uncomfortable, get him to turn his back. Your help side is loading up. To me, I'm like, okay, Skoob controlled this situation. He's winning this situation, but it's one-on-one. There's no help. So you can pressure, but you can't keep that pressure up forever. So Eugene just takes his time, gets back to his left hand like he wants to do. Then he does that float dribble, but exactly like we talked about when we were talking about Moon, if you constantly do that float dribble, good defenders will sit on that, and then they'll play that mini game with you. And they're like, okay, he's floating. Is he going to drive, or is he going to float and cross back? Or is he going to float and shoot it? And they'll gamble a little bit. They can, once they get a little bit of data, they can start gambling. So he sat on that move, forced him left, got him to float, figured he probably wouldn't shoot because how far back he is. He played the angle real well, and yeah, stole it. That was really good defense. But Eugene kind of let him control that possession, but without a time limit, didn't have to. What are we going to say here, kids? Really good job catching and going straight away. Gets outside his foot. This is why we teach the outside step. Somebody just said in the comments today, they were like, no, the crossover step is better because you can get further. I highly disagree, because right here, look, he's stepping with his outside foot to get outside of this outside foot here. So he creates a little bit of a closeout, gets outside his outside foot. Let's have a look. Outside foot. Now he's gone. He's beat him. Now the crossover step comes in, right? So what a lot of people do is they actually step their outside foot backwards before going forwards, or they try to step with that crossover foot. But if that space is crowded and you step with your crossover, like you're just going to go knee to knee, or you're not going to get around. So that's why that outside foot is important. Still could have got maybe 1 or 2 more inches here. And what do we talk about? Toe pointing to the basket is ideal. Really good defenders, that's hard to get that situation to happen. But again, there's no help side. You don't have to be as perfect, but right here, toe pointing towards the sideline, so his body is naturally going to go sideline first and then to the basket. But if you could get that toe just like a little bit bigger of a step, and toe pointing towards the basket, you control that possession and he's on your hip and he's cooked. But right here, not incredibly efficient, kind of loops that drive instead of going straight, and then allows the defender who's athletic back into the play. And look at his shoulders. His shoulders are facing the corner, like shoulders facing the corner instead of shoulders facing the basket, which turns that into a tough shot. So he beat him off the initial first step and ends up taking a tough shot. He had him, but that's where the fundamentals matter. What was the difference here? So he likes to float dribble left, and if you play his left, what does he do here? This is my favorite move. My favorite move in basketball. Everyone talks about what crossover should I learn? What move should I learn, coach? Hey, double cross between the legs, step back. Like, what do you think I should learn? Full speed dribble with your right hand. Full speed right, full speed left. If you can do those efficiently, the rest of the game is easy. Watch this. He just goes, swipes the arm, and he's running full speed. It's like a running back. They teach you to keep your legs moving. Once you go and once that contact happens, and exactly what we said in some of those other games, that arm should not keep you from getting to the basket. He's gone. Full speed right, pushes through the contact, Now look at the difference of the shoulders here. Instead of facing the corner, he's got his shoulders facing the backboard. Now it's just a race. It's a foot race. And again, shoulders facing the basket. He's trying to dunk. He's trying to get to the backboard. Even with the contact, highest percentage shot in basketball, and gives it a chance to go in. That's the difference in those two drives. Eugene he's got some game. And I think you guys said he plays overseas. 100% you can see it. Fundamentally, so far, it's 3 points. It's 3-0. I mean, he might lose. He could lose, but like fundamentally, he's probably the best player we've started to break down. And it's funny because it's all simple, right? Okay, forcing him left, but really letting him go left. I'm supposed to let the play happen before I slow it down, but watch this. Sorry, guys. I'll get better at it. He's lining up this shot right here already. Look, he's lining it up, getting his foot ready. He's loading up this foot. I used to do this a lot. So you start high, and then he's going to drop low. Right when he drops, watch this hand, and watch Skoob sink into a defensive stance. All right, still not happening yet. It's frozen in time. I do have a slow motion thing up here. We could see how that works. Yeah. All right. I'll get better at this. I've only just added this in there today, so bear with me. But watch how he drops into his shot. And as he starts to drop, like, look at this back foot. Skoob is going to load up on his back foot, which is like ready for the drive. So it's dropping his stance. He can't contest the shot because he's dropping his stance. And it looks like he didn't do a move. And everyone's going to be like, why'd you let him shoot? But when you're guarding someone like this, what move did he do last time? Full speed right. Right? He just went full speed right. So you're ready now, full speed right. As soon as you see him start moving, you anticipate, and he pulls up, and it's just like, damn, what am I supposed to do? And he doesn't see that hand. Like, by the time the hand is there, he doesn't see that. I don't even think we even watched if it went in or not. Yeah, it does go in. Number one skill in basketball, kids, shooting the ball. Now that he's shot, look where Skoob is at now. He's like, well, I can't let him shoot, so I got to get close. So now Eugene's got two moves. He can either do his float dribble left, or he can go full speed right. Oh, full speed left. All right. Eugene is showing like he's got layers. He's got a few things he does now. He can play slowly going left with his float dribble. He can go full speed right, and now he's gone full speed left. So while you're sitting waiting on that float dribble, he just blows by. But it's the exact same move we just talked about going with his right hand, right? Full speed blow by. Contact is there. Just keep running, keep pushing, keep pushing. Shoulders facing the backboard, right? So even with this contact, that's why he gets the and one. Not because it was just like, not because he was just strong. Like he is obviously strong, but Skoob's strong too. Why isn't Skoob getting those same and ones? It's because his shoulders are facing the corners of the court. And he's not talking too. Oh. I would have loved to play against Eugene. Playing against guys like that one-on-one. This is what I talk about when I say there's a lot of guys I've played one-on-one that I would just beat them because like they don't even think the game through. But someone like a Eugene, like you play him and you're like, okay, he killed me with full speed right, killed me with full speed left, killed me with the float dribble. And so you think about it when you go home and you think about, okay, I'm going to take this away. I'm going to force him to do that. So the next time you guys play might be different. And then he's going to do the same with me. He's going to be like, oh, he killed me with this, killed me with that. So I'm going to switch this. That's how you improve. That is how you get better. Play against guys like this. All right, same thing. Forcing left. Created a little space. Man. Oh, okay. He's pivoting off the right foot, off the left foot now. Oh, it's the same thing. Same move, right? Look at Skoob doesn't like this. Like it puts him in a weird spot just by dropping his shoulders. People don't understand. Like, so look at what Eugene's doing. He's playing slow, play slow, boom. And he gets in, once he gets into that, I say boom just to like create that trigger in your mind. Boom. He could also do this. Boom, drive. He could also go boom, shot fake. He could also go boom, shot fake, drive. Like he's putting you in these spots to like quickly make a decision. This is what Steph Curry does better than anyone in the world. He just puts you in this like make a quick decision. And if you do guess right, Steph Curry passes it, he gets it back, and he passes the ball, gets it back, does the exact same thing again. And I mean, he just missed, not even a hand up. And honestly, that's why I think you need a time limit. Like, how do you guard that? Ooh. What's the difference? Again, what's the difference here? Gets him to bite. How fast does Skoob run here? So when we talk about play full speed, he didn't even hit the ball. He just missed. But it's like play full speed all the time. So when you're practicing, when you practice your shot fake and drives, right here, you need to practice. And this is what we talked about in my footwork video on the main channel. You've got one dribble, get all the way to the backboard, full speed. Like that's your reps that you need to practice, because when you play against really good players, he's 2 feet in the air. Like you shook him. He's completely lost. And then you allow him back in the play because he's running full speed and you're not going full speed. And he makes a play on the ball and gets you to miss now. But if you were going full speed from that shot fake, one dribble to the backboard, like he should be out of the play. Shouldn't be close. And it's not a goaltend. I think the rules changed to where if they don't think the slap of the backboard threw off the shot, they won't call a goaltend anymore. Anyway, in high school and NBA, college, all that, pretty sure. If you hit the rim, they almost always call it. I might give him that. I might say you can shoot that one. I mean, I think it was the court, but like he's got him on his heels. Sorry. Yeah, he's got him on his heels because everything he does, he just does like so quick. Boom, quick drive, quick shot, quick cross. Like everything he does is quick. So just trying to react quickly, you lose your footing. Bro, does Skoob score? Yeah, let's get a timeout. Let's mix it up. Hold on. I actually want to hear. I wish you could hear what they're saying. I wish you could hear what they're saying. Honestly, I think that'd be a pretty cool addition. Like, mic up the coaches. Because that last one we were listening to, Beasley obviously was giving really solid advice. But what was the guy's name? You guys told me who he was. J. Law. On one of them was giving super solid advice to Frigga too. It was actually on point. Full speed right. He had him. Full speed right. And so you have to fully commit because he's running full speed. These are the angles we talk about, right? If Skoob doesn't run full speed, that's a layup to the backboard. So he has to run full speed to cut him off. And now he uses that momentum against him to go back middle. Now it's the same game again, right? Full speed left. Now you have to recover full speed left. And look, man, Skoob is lost. And honestly, he just loses the ball. Like that's a layup. He got to that spot that we talk about is so important. Gets to that spot. He could Euro back to the right if Skoob over corrects. He could Euro back to the right. He can dunk it right there. He could finish on the left if Skoob doesn't commit far enough. Whenever I set up cones, I know people have their thing against cones or whatever, but when I'm teaching moves, if I have someone that's repping out some moves, I'll set up a cone here at the top of the key, and then I'll set up a cone at the elbow for this reason. If you go full speed and they cut you off, this is the next cone. You have to have a quick dribble move to play the angle and get back to the middle because there's help over here, but you've opened up this space into the middle. So now I get that angle back to the middle. Boom. Hey, honestly, he just lost it. And good players, a lot of good players, you can't even tell if they can dribble well or not because they keep the game so simple. Reminds me of Carmelo Anthony a little bit. Melo had handles, but you don't know. You just never got to see it because he never did anything. He just kept it so simple. Got that sweep through again. He's got him on the sweep through. Yeah, there we go. Oh, shit. So if someone's playing like this, honestly, you can tell like he's a high-level player. He's taking away specific angles, but defenders can't take everything away from you. Full speed, one direction. And then once there's contact, you can use your angles to go the other way. Skoob hasn't got that part down yet, but creates contact. Beats him on the angle here. A really good, like Kyrie or somebody, which again is elite of the elite, would find this contact. Chris Paul's good at this, would find this contact and either go full speed right, full speed left. Skoob just kind of takes the contact and was like, oh wow, that's a lot, but gets his foot in the way, and Eugene trips over it. Oh my gosh. Let's go, Skoob. Let's go. And you can tell he's just not as efficient as you do. But this is how you become efficient, because Skoob's obviously got the athleticism. He can make really tough shots. If he can add some of these like little fundamentals, he could be like, why can't he be as good as Eugene? Like this right here, he's got him. He's got space to shoot, but then he creates that little mini game. So he shot fakes and goes. And then right here, what's the difference between Eugene and Skoob right now? Whenever this little physicality happens here, Eugene turns the corner and gets his shoulders to the basket, whereas Skoob keeps settling, keeps letting that bump turn his shoulders to the sideline. This is a perfect example, if you've watched my footwork video, why I think beating someone with the outside foot is so much more important. If they're physical, like Eugene is, your shoulders are going to get pushed this way and you're done. You're done. They're going to push you out of bounds, push you into the help. If you can get your outside foot past them and they bump you, you can sweep through, you can keep running, you can keep getting your shoulders facing the backboard, which is how you have that power to finish through contact. That's the difference right now between these two players. Yeah, he ends up shooting this fadeaway step back, toe facing the sideline, so his body's facing the sideline, shoots it. The crazy part is he almost makes this. This is what makes Skoob so good. No, his fundamentals aren't as even close to Eugene's, but man, his just athleticism and shot making ability gives him a chance. But if they play 10 times, 9 out of 10, Eugene probably wins just because the type of shots he's consistently getting. Go to the contact, correct. That was actually really good defense. I was going to stop it, but you guys always want me to stop it after the play. This is actually really good defense by Skoob. So right here, what he typically does, and what most players, when we watch the one-on-ones, you just need to do one thing on defense and put them in a coffin, put them in a very specific set of like, go this way and that's it. The difference with Eugene is you can't make him just do something. He's not just going to go the place where you want him to go. So when you're playing a player like that can go full speed right, full speed left, they can shoot it, and then they have a couple moves off the dribble, you have to make them guess. You can't let them plan ahead like, okay, I'm going to go full speed right, then get the bump and whatever. Because once he's loaded up and he's strong and powerful and fundamental, he's just going to play the angles, right? He's just going to play the angles and get to a spot. So you have to make him guess. And maybe he starts to drive when you're cutting him off, and now he doesn't have that angle. You made him waste a dribble. Now he has to go another layer deeper into his bag. And now maybe you have a chance. This was really good. Skoob's making him do that now. He's kind of making him guess. He's not letting him know, like, I'm just forcing you left or I'm just taking away the shot. Watch how many different stances Skoob gets into here. It's like forcing him right, but then he swipes. Now he's back left. Now he's back right. Now he backs up. Now he's taking away the shot. Now hand up. Now he closes that gap. And now that's a move. We haven't seen that yet, right? We haven't seen this move from Eugene yet, because he was like, okay, I'm not really sure, so I'll create some space. Skoob takes away that space, and now he's like, okay, get back to my left. Now, good players can still make a play in one dribble. So there's still a little mini game going here, but at least you've made him do something else. Now he's got into his little hesitation. You can close that gap because you know he doesn't have any dribbles left. Now you can really lock in. That is incredibly difficult to do on defense. And just because I'm sitting here saying what to do and I'm sitting here analyzing what to do doesn't mean I can do that every play. That's the goal. That's the goal for me, to do that every single play. But also Eugene might have hit that shot. Like, this is what high level basketball is. Put them in really tough situations and you cross your fingers. Like, that's what it is. That was probably the best defensive possession we've seen since I've started analyzing these one-on-ones, because we're watching probably the best offensive player we've seen breaking down these one-on-ones, who keeps the game very simple. Eugene keeps it incredibly simple, and Skoob just made it difficult. That's what you got to do. Make it difficult against really good players. And that's why when you watch the NBA, and Shea had 32 the other night, and people are still talking about how good Andrew Nembhard played. And it's like, yeah, because at least he made it tough. And that's how it was against Kobe. Just make it tough. Like, you're never going to stop good players, but you have to make it tough. Otherwise, if you back up, I bet Eugene could hit, what are they playing to, 21? Eugene could win the game up top by just shooting. If you got up too close and made him drive, he could win the game by just driving. So you have to put him in this weird place where it's like, maybe you can shoot, maybe you can't, maybe you can drive, maybe you can't. You have to just make it tough. Oops, I thought it was a timeout, my bad. Nice. What am I about to say? You already know. Outside foot. Again, outside foot. But where's his next step? He takes 2 steps straight towards the sideline. And look, he's got him still. He created a lot of space. He's got that closeout. Moon gets stuck in this position a lot with this closeout, right? But look at that space. Skoob's shoulders can see the rim, right? There's no one in that line, in that direct line. There's no one there. But he loops around. He loops around and gives he gives the angle, he gives the advantage to Eugene. And then what do his shoulders do? Shoulders end up facing this basket, the wrong basket. Yep, loops around, creates that contact. Shoulders facing out of bounds, not the basket. And in his head, he's probably like, I should have made that. But when you play good players, like Eugene made it tough. Yeah, go into him. But still, it's not go into him. He's right. It's not just go into him, though. It's get your shoulders around. Good D, up close, crowding him. Yeah. Good D. You can't let him sit there and just rest, because if he's getting his rest like that, again, Eugene's got called for this foul a couple times. This happened to me a lot. Whenever I came back from overseas and I would play in like a 3-on-3 tournament, or I'd play a 5-on-5 like at the local league with some of my friends, I was so used to playing physically with my chest and with my waist, with my hips. And overseas, that's not a foul. That's just defense. Like you're just playing solid. I would do that and guys would get frustrated. And the refs would call fouls a lot of time. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Move out of his way? What do you want me to do? Eugene controlled this whole possession. Skoob's trying to drive, and he does 2 dribbles back to back. He does this little jolt dribble. I'm not a fan of that move. I mean, if it works, it works, whatever. But his drive, he goes from this side of the key to outside the elbow. He doesn't have the advantage, and it's like, you just got to hope the refs call that. But in a real game, you're just driving into that help side defender, to that gap defender right here. Skoob needs to do something to get Eugene out of his, like, to shift him a little bit so he can get some more straight line drives to the basket, an angle to the elbow. If you get to the elbow and he's still controlling you, now you've got to spin back middle. You've got to play these angles or straight lines. Too much of this, too much like looping around, and that's never going to get you anything other than hopefully this foul. Like, he doesn't shift him, doesn't do anything. And now he didn't win the arm battle. He's tried to swipe through, didn't win that battle. Eugene's just playing solid. I want to see where this next step goes. I want to see where the actual foul is called. Like, Eugene's just, like, what did Skoob do here to earn a foul call? Like, to me, like, Eugene's not even letting him inside the 3-point line. And in one-on-one, if you can't get inside the 3, like, you lost that possession to me. Now, I know a lot of people will be like, yeah, but look, he's pushing him right there. And it's like, yeah, basketball is physical in every single league except the NBA. This is just good. Honestly, in the playoffs, this is good defense in the NBA. And then look at the hook. Skoob gets the hook on him. And then they call a foul on Eugene. And for me, I'm like, I don't know what a foul is. Is he hand checking? Yeah. Isn't everyone hand checking a one-on-one? Yeah. And there's ways to deal with hand checking. I always hated this as a player. Like, just because I'm hand checking and he can't deal with it, like, don't bail him out, because he's hand checking me and I'm dealing with it. So
get down like that.
This is what I mean. Like, that's a tough shot.
Get down like that.
So he's got the angle here, plays the angle way better, pushes off, but that's still tough. Pushes off, jumps off his left leg, outside foot, fade away. Man, like that is tough, but Skoob's shown us time and time again. Make a little run here. I see you. Oh, he's got him. He's got him. What's the difference here? Let's look at the footwork. Is this good offense or bad defense, or a little bit of both? Okay. Oh, he still steps. He beats him. Again, this is where footwork matters, okay? So he is stepping with his right foot, but he's trying to constantly beat him with the crossover step, right? But imagine this right foot, instead of being here, and he tries to beat you with the crossover step, imagine it's here. And now you've got that crossover step able to really propel you to the basket. That's why I keep pausing this and showing it. It's a game of inches, especially when you're playing against really good players that are as strong or stronger than you. Every millimeter, every inch matters. Every little bit, every little advantage matters. He still gets around him. Now gets his crossover step, his toe pointing to the basket like we talk about. Plays through the contact. It leans into him. He gets the bump right here. We always talk about that spot, right? Gets to here. Now that bump sends him to the highest percentage shot in basketball. Again, I don't think it was a foul, but I mean, he made it anyway. Solid. Make a little run then. But yeah, if I had to put money on it, again, like I normally do, if I had to put money on it, you just look at the way Eugene plays. And can Skoob keep hitting tough shots and things like that? I don't know. It's a good shot. That's a good shot for him, I think. Didn't use a lot of energy, didn't get put in a weird spot, got a clean look. Make that completely different game. Why is the ref passing it from here, though? Just why is he not standing? If he wants the ball there, why is he not standing up top and throwing it to him? Also, I feel like the ref blows the whistle to inbound it, but like you're inbounding it. Why are you blowing the whistle? I feel like he needs to blow the whistle when it's live. So as soon as he catches, blow the whistle and we're live. I don't know. Oops, my bad. Full speed right. Good D. He went full speed right. I feel like, again, I don't know if Eugene has other moves. You don't necessarily need other moves, especially like if you're not really playing one-on-one like this all the time. But he didn't do anything with that. Like he didn't really lose him off this dribble. He gets back to that hesitation though. Physical. Skoob actually wins the bump now. He gets there with his chest. Again, look at where Eugene's shoulders are facing. Really hard to win that bump when your shoulders are facing this way and you're not playing off the 2 feet. Skoob gets in there, gets the hand. Nice. That's a tough one. It's hard to tell if that was good defense or bad offense, a little bit of both. Because right here, I would expect Eugene to like cross and maybe create some space back to the 3. I think it would create that tension we talk about. It would create more tension and really sell that hesitation. I wouldn't fall for a hesitation right here where it's like a long 2-pointer. Like if he wants to shoot that, like you can shoot it. Yeah, I think that was good D. Again, you got to put him in situations. You can't let him control it otherwise. Too good. Nice. Oh, that's a good look. Compared to the shots, he played it much slower. Gets that bump again. That's a good look. One-on-one's interesting. It's like a game of inches. Like, I mean, Eugene could have won by now, but also Skoob could be up like 10-8 right now. It could go either way. Full speed right. Full speed right. Shoulders to the basket. Yeah, it's just, I mean, he's beat him now. He's just got him off this move quite a bit. Just full speed right. Shoulders facing the basket. Now you can make a play. Shoot a three. What do you get 2 points? I was about to say, shoot from the blue line for a free throw. Also, when I was in England, see how there's all these like different 3-point lines? It was funny. When I was in England, and they have like the volleyball lines. In England, they also have like, what do they call it? They have like the badminton lines. They have like soccer, indoor soccer lines. They have so many lines on the court where you're just like, and they're all different colors. You're like, I don't know what's going on. All right, so you get 1 point for a 3-point free throw. Okay, good D. Nice. Loading up. Man, that was good D. You could hear it, right? Remember whenever I was saying he's like lining up his shot? Said that earlier. Listen in the background. He's lining up. So then he gets his hand back up, which is good. So you won a tiny interaction. He wanted to shoot, you took it away. Now, got to play the next move. Okay, he's got his little float dribble. Now I got to win this interaction. He doesn't let him shoot, stays there on the drive. Now you got to win the next interaction. So this is that multiple layer thing we talked about with Moon. Moon gets to this part and he always fails, that little closeout part. But now Skoob got him to that third interaction. And what happens? Little step back, pull up. That's a heartbreaker because it's like that's one of those things. It's like good defense, better offense. Man. And again, in a real game, you've probably got some help over there, but one-on-one, it's tough. Good D. Nice, good D. Good job. Good job. I mean, it's the same thing. He did the exact same thing, right? Take away his shot here. Kept him guessing, kept him off balance. This is that little push on the hip we talk about. It's a game changer. If instead of Eugene's first step being full speed right, blowing by, which is really tough to do, his first dribble is actually dribbling backwards a little bit. So you want, like, Skoob wins this interaction. Watch the push. Pushes him. So now he won that interaction. So it's like, okay, win another interaction. He takes away the hesitation, doesn't let him pull up, doesn't let him get the full speed drive. He won that same interaction that they just did where he hit a step back three. Still, same step back, same separation. Different result. So again, this is the difference of playing like a really good player. What was the difference of him making that shot and missing, and then making the last shot he shot and missing? It's like percentages. Like, he's a great player, he's going to hit those, but if you only give him step back threes going to his left, if you only give him that, you have a chance to win, because he's going to make 30% of those, probably maybe 30% of those. But if you let him get layups, then you let him get open threes, then you let him get free throws, it's like now he's shooting 70%, 80%, so it's like you've got to just put people in those spots where it's like the lowest percentage shot. You're never going to hold people to zero. Don't try. It's tough because you need a bucket there. He's going left first. He's going hang dribble. Skoob is like, I know he wants to do a lot. And then you got him burnt. Like, again, this is what parents do in the stands, right? I'm sorry for pausing the video, but I mean, you already see what happened, right? This is what parents do in the stands. Skoob, he's actually got his head wrapped around pretty well, like what he should do defensively. I think this is the best defensive game I've seen in one-on-ones so far, but it's just better offense. It's just better offense. So again, you're never going to hold someone to 0, but just keep making it tough. So them yelling out in the stands like, he wants to go left. It's like, yeah, duh, but he also wants to go full speed right. He also wants to go full speed left. So if you only let him float dribble left, at least I've taken away a dribble, and now we can play the step back game. But you overcorrect and you go to the right, he just blows by. Damn. Owes him a new shirt. Is that shooting? Making open threes is underrated here. We watched that game with Moon the other day, and he couldn't hit a free throw. He ended up coming back and winning, but and I said it. He said it in the background again. Make him go left and shoot the effing jumper. And it's like, yeah, that's rather than he wants to go left or let him go left. It's like you got to force him into something. Like, don't let him go right.
Make him go left and shoot the fucking jumper. He's shooting the fucking jumper every time.
Man, he almost made that too. But again, like, you just got to make it tough. And I actually don't think Skoob is doing a good job offensively. I think he's using so much energy defensively that offensively he's just like, just please go in. He's just shooting. Whereas Eugene, you can tell he's better mentally conditioned. He's doing what he needs to on defense and on offense. He's definitely got like control of the game. I speak too soon. Nice. There we go. Nice. Yep, full speed left, and look at the difference. He doesn't have his hand on his hip. He's not able to hand check him. This could be just Eugene also slipping too by not doing a good enough job defensively, letting him get a straight line drive, but it's because he just hit a 3. So you play a little bit closer. Now he gets by you. Difference is shoulders straight to the basket. And now he just cut him off completely. Cut him off completely with that last step. Gets right to the middle. Now he's got the layup to the left. He's got the layup to the right. He's got the dunk over the top. You got 3 different finishes. And you just take him out of the picture. All he could do is foul. I just realized I think they're going by 1s and 2s. Yeah, like I said, just tired. I mean, he just scored twice in a row, but he said, my bad. I'm tired. Yeah. What move was that? What crossover did we do? What cool, awesome, special move did we do here? Full speed right. Full speed right. I'm telling you, I did this 70% of the game. If I had a one-on-one opportunity, full speed right. And then if you go full speed right and they cut you off, boom, straight back to the left. Like, that's the crossover. But really, full speed right. Push through the arms, turn the corner, run like a running back, feet keep moving, get your shoulders to the basket. And instead of doing what Skoob did earlier and just allowing the bump to take him out this way, he gets this big push right here, wins the bump, and he goes at the basket, which kind of just takes Skoob out of the play. And now he just gets the easiest layup he's gotten all his whole life. All you can do there if you're Skoob is time the bump and move out of the way, and you can play the strip, or you have to be stronger when you get to that position, and you gotta bump him while he's in the air. It's tough. Like I said, this is the best defense I've seen, so I'm not knocking Skoob. There's just levels, right? There's just levels to it. Good D. I mean, again, it's good D. It's just, let's see here. So he does that thing where he's like loading up, he's lining up his shot, and the problem is Skoob just like falls for it. And this is a game they've played for a while, right? They've played this game. If you give me this shot, I dip my shoulders, shot. So Skoob's thinking that right now. Dip my shoulders, and he goes this time. He explodes instead of shooting. So let's watch that interaction. We'll slow it down. Watch, dips, and now he puts his hand up, which kind of just gets his body leaning forward just enough. There's that negative step I talk about a lot. I think the negative step is good when you're combining it with another move. But just to always start with a negative step, I think it's a waste of a step. But because he's got him leaning forward, now he's just exploding as quick as he can. Now he gets to this full speed left thing we talk about. Skoob does a great job of cutting him off. I would say this is the NBA. This is the NBA level, pro level basketball. Every good offensive player is going to get to this point. Exactly what we talk about, getting to the elbow. Like he's trying to force him outside the elbow. But in high level professional basketball, there's help over here. There's more people over here. So now you've got to have something coming back this way. And this is where Kobe, Shea, Jesus, look at his foot. This is where Kobe and Shea and all those guys make their money. Getting to this spot and having the next level of your bag, if you want to call it. So he just turns back to the middle. Skoob takes the bump. He did what he was supposed to do, but he's just not able to recover and angle him. Again, you're not going to stop Eugene from getting a good shot, but you can just make it tough. Instead of making it tough, though, he goes that one layer. He's probably exhausted. Your legs die really quickly here. And then Eugene's just got more in the tank and is getting to that spot. Even though he's not exactly there, by the time he shoots it, he is. And he gets a pretty good look. I don't think that's a foul. I don't think that's a foul, but I mean, it's a layup regardless, right? Yeah, this little game they're playing. Sorry for stopping it, but the little game they're playing of I'm going to duck my shoulders and shoot, and it's just Eugene is controlling so much. So many players use so many dribbles or use so much other stuff, but he's using like not a lot of energy to create like these little mini games where sometimes he shoots it, sometimes he drives, sometimes he gets you to leave your feet, and then when he's ready to go, he just goes full speed and he commits. He just full speed commits. So this is his full speed drive right now. Sorry, into his step back, which again, I mean, it's a good contest. That's as good as you can do. But look how much space he creates. And when we just broke down a trainer video of shot mechanics, and this is exactly opposite of everything he just taught in shot mechanics, pretty much. Jeez. And the space was created because he threw his hand. He pushed his hand, so as he's pushing his hand off, it's giving him a little bit of momentum while pushing momentum for Skoob the other way. Oh, sorry, another thing that's really important with step backs, I don't talk about this a lot, but instead of stepping straight backwards, which is what most people do and they think it'll work, if you step at an angle, so not sideways, not backwards, but diagonally, you can take one diagonal step backwards, but the defense has to take a step forward and a step to the right. So they've got to cover more space. So if you can do your step back diagonally, it actually creates a lot more space. That's something I haven't talked about yet. And he does a really good job of doing that here, which is why Skoob can't get to it. They're going to 15. And he's in his face talking now, just like I said with Frigga. He said, "That's overseas, baby." That I love it. He doesn't talk. My demeanor was a lot like that when I played. Like, don't talk a lot while I'm playing. Like, let the game do the talking. But anytime there was a chance, like afterwards, yeah, talking trash. Yeah, thank you guys for recommending that one. That was by far the best offense we've seen. Not flashiest. Didn't look the coolest. It wasn't the most stylish, but like fundamentally, that was the best offense we've seen. Eugene doesn't even have particularly good footwork. Hold on. I'm being pedantic. He doesn't have like textbook footwork, but he has the concepts down pretty well. But he's also an elite athlete that understands like how to get to his spots. Skoob, defensively, that was the best defense I've seen, not just from him, but I think all these one-on-ones we broke down, that was by far the best defense. He had to dig into like 3 or 4 or 5 different things to try and throw him off. I would love to, obviously I can't now because I'm old and don't have kneecaps, but these types of players I would love to play one-on-one. And these were the types of players that I looked for when I was playing overseas and when I was in college. Like, I want guys like this to play against. If you're going to make me go into my 3rd or 4th counter, that makes me develop other moves. That makes me develop moves off of a different pivot foot, things like that. And that's what Skoob definitely did that. But Eugene just had he just had another layer. Every time you made him dig into another layer, he had it. But that's how you get better. Now Skoob come back with a better plan and see if Eugene has more. It's that was by far the best game I've seen. And oddly enough, it was hard to break some of that stuff down because it was like Eugene, it was just like good. It was just good basketball. Whereas Skoob he makes really tough shots and always gives himself a chance. That game, it looks worse than what it was. I think ended up being pretty close for how good Eugene is. That ended up being pretty close. But like I said, if they play 10 games, Eugene probably wins 9 out of 10 just from what I saw today. Does he have more games out? I'd love to break down more of Eugene's stuff. Obviously, Skoob, we're going to keep watching his stuff. I love the way he plays. But yeah, this was awesome. Thank you guys for sending it. I can't wait to break down more of these videos. So you guys take care. See you next one.